At the beginning, everything was white. And then, in God's deepest dream, there was a spark of fertility. Pachamama was birthed in time and space. And the earth school, our home, was created. And the fertility goddess Pachamama opened her arms for our place to learn our lessons.
Hey, hey!
Welcome, Spiritual Mag, Sam Bell. Today we're going to clarify heaven. Clarify heaven. What does that mean? Well, obviously it's not here on earth. Maybe in our hearts there's a little bit of heaven, a spark of the divine. But this is in heaven. This is third dimension. So, long time ago, it was third dimension. It's third dimension today, and in the future, it's going to be third dimension. In the future, you won't be here, though. You will be in the fourth, fifth dimension, possibly the sixth dimension. So the picture here behind me is the school where we come to learn our lessons about not judging ourselves and not judging others. This is the school where we come and learn. Yes, you can judge someone's actions. You can. Yes, you can judge your own actions. You can. However, you cannot judge another person. You cannot even judge yourself because you don't know the answers to the lessons that you've charted yet. That's how it works. And all of your lessons that you charted for this incarnation, this 3D university, has to do with, of course, your willpower, your ability to focus on your unconditional love, and increasing those things. There is reincarnation, and individuals do reincarnate, sometimes many times. Before you incarnated, you had your willpower, you had your ability to focus, and you had your unconditional love. And you were on the other side. You weren't in a physical body, and you decided to incarnate so that you could have some experiences, so you could learn some lessons, so that when you came back to your true home, back to heaven, you'll be able to continue with your willpower, which will be strengthened, and your ability to focus, which will be improved. And most importantly, your ability to resonate with amplitudes of unconditional love will be enhanced. Not for a day, not for a week, but for the whole picture. Everything is created by divine source. Everything that's sentient has a spark of the divine in them. Not everything has free will. You have free will. Not everything has the ability to focus. You have the ability to focus. And not everything can change, improve the amplitude and duration that they can sustain resonances, unconditional love, resonances that cause the subatomic particles to create the densities that you are right now. Divine source does that. I think most people could accept that divine creator created you. The next step is to understand that divine creator is your parent. That means that you are a spark of the divine. You're a little creatorette, a little goddess, a little gadito, gadita. You really, really are. So before you physically incarnated, you're on the other side and you're a child of God. Hello. And it's pretty dang cool. And you're way up in heaven because you can tolerate it because you're in that zone. And you learn that if you want to change and improve and deepen the quantity of compassion that you have, you need to go somewhere where you can be tested and have those talents strengthened. There's a lot of different places to go to increase your skills. The most difficult place is Earth. I will repeat, the most difficult place is Earth. Another way to look at it is, of course, the Earth is a school. So what's going to be more difficult? Stanford Graduate School, Stanford University Graduate School, or Jingle Bells Preschool? Stanford is going to be harder because you're learning more at another level. And that's why your lessons are so difficult. Hello? So the clarification on heaven is there's nothing over there but mom and dad and home, your true home. And they love you and everything's cool over there. Everything's really, really, really nice. Nicer than you can comprehend at this moment. Nicer than you can comprehend at this moment. And what it feels like, because it's more of a feeling than feelings you have here. What it feels like is what a mother feels when she's holding her newborn son. And now they're home and everything's fine and they're nursing and everything's good and the baby's happy and she's happy and everybody's healthy. The love that that mother holds for that baby boy is what heaven feels like exactly. But more. And that's all that's really over there, along with a lot of other people in the same zone as you. And everybody over there, of course, you don't sleep. And there's no time and there's no space. It's just this zone of feeling where you're going to be at all anybody will be talking about, because there's nothing to eat. And you won't be eating any food over there. You can cook, I guess, but because you don't have a body. So all anybody will be communicating about over there is who did they love? Who did they love and how did they love them? How did they love them? So they're not going to be using speech frequencies. They're going to be using telepathy. So it's a very cool kind of telepathy because you feel the feelings. So it's really, really, really cool. It's really, 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 really cool. People will share their stories. You will feel the feelings of the recipients. Very cool. That's heaven. So there is no hell. Hello, there is no hell. There's no hell. Divine Mother and Divine Father would not make a hell for their children. You still have free will when you're on the other side. The same free will and the ability to focus on an unconditional love. The same willpower, the ability to focus on unconditional that you use to incarnate yourself. Because you're a little God. You incarnated yourself. That's the greatest thing you've done so far. You went from heaven, no time and space, used your 3 talents, created a physical body, coordinated and participated with everyone around you to learn your lessons. Now, what happens, what can happen, and probably what will happen at some point in time, but that doesn't stop you, is you don't learn all your lessons. And your physical body has run out of time. And so when you pass on, you go up the light. Some lessons are not resolved. Maybe they're resolved, but you don't feel they're fully resolved. Lessons like loving yourself, or not judging yourself, or loving someone else, or not judging someone else, or greed, ego, inappropriately used. So it's very apparent when you get to the other side, because everything's in telepathy zone. So you're going to be in a location where everybody's sharing their loving, real stories with the feelings involved telepathically, and that's it, nothing else. No brunch. And all you'll be feeling is the pain and greed that you inflicted. So you yourself avoid hanging out with all these friendly people. Matter of fact, you don't want to be around them because it's uncomfortable. And you start to really beat yourself up because it's evident that you made a big boo-boo and that you don't die. And all this stuff you thought, you just do something and you die and, you walk away from it. You find out, no, it's going to be a lot longer than that lifetime. So that's when you kind of seclude or enclose yourself someplace like away from everybody. Usually it's like a cave, a dark, gray cave where you personally put yourself. Nobody else is putting you there. No one's taking guilt and putting it on you. You're doing it to yourself. So that is like a hell, but it's a self-created, self-incorporated hell. Until you begin to realize that you are, in fact, a spark of the divine, and that was charted ahead of time for you to do something that's stupid and greedy so that these other people would have an opportunity to learn forgiveness because they had to learn to forgive you for the stupid things that you did. And then when you figure that out, then you'll hear their voices and they'll be saying, don't judge yourself. You can judge the actions. The actions were terrible. But the person that did them, there was a reason for that to happen. And that reason was cemented in your chart ahead of time, that you were going to learn that lesson, because that was what you charted that lesson. Then when you do learn that lesson on the other side, you go to a really, really nicer place because you can tolerate it longer and more unconditional love, higher amplitude. Because you can't go there if it's uncomfortable. And that's everybody goes up to a certain level and then they don't go past that because it's just too uncomfortable. Really, it doesn't stop in this galaxy. So, heaven, just for clarification, there is no hell. The love you make is the love you take. Understand, Earth is a school. You cannot judge yourself, and you cannot judge others. You can judge your own actions, and you can judge others' actions. But the soul, divine source made your soul. Are you going to judge divine source? You and all your loved ones are always in my prayers. Spiritual Mag.